Guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Jacoby. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at jacoby.sims, and don't forget to check out the description. I have a bunch of links down there. But in today's video, I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of being a college athlete. And in no way am I complaining about the experience that I had. I'm just telling you the facts in my experience and how I felt about it, because there are many pros or many cons, but also people can look at things differently. They could think that a con is a pro and vice versa, so just to put that out there. Okay, so we're gonna start with the pros just so we can start off on a happy note. So obviously the first pro is definitely that you get free stuff. Everyone sees that on Instagram, on TikTok. They're like, oh my god, Nike Christmas, or like Adidas Christmas. You know, they get all your gear, the shoes, the travel gear, the suitcases, the t-shirts, the jerseys, the knee pads, the socks, all that. Like, you get a bunch of free stuff, I will have to say. And the gear is nice. Like, you get shorts, everything. You get anything that you can think of. And it is nice. It is nice, okay. And on top of that, like, free stuff, you get, if you're on full scholarship, you get your textbooks paid for, your tuition, your food, your meals, and as in, like, food on the road, or you get, like, a stipend. If you live off campus, so maybe you get $1,200 a month. You can use that for groceries, for rent. You also get your meal plan free, obviously, because your meal plan is built into your tuition, and you just get a bunch of free stuff. So, I mean, it's lit. It's pretty, I cannot lie. That is a good part of it. Also, another thing that usually comes with playing at a high level, like Division I sports, is you get a social media following platform. Like, that's a pretty beneficial thing. Not my camera dying. Not my camera dying. Okay, well. The second pro is that you get to play the sport you love at the highest level. That's pretty self-explanatory. Next, you get to achieve your dream of playing at a high level. I always dreamed about playing Division I volleyball, and when I was there, I was like, this is amazing. I was so starstruck. It was so cool. Next, you get to travel to cool places. Like, I love the fact that we got to travel to Denver. Some people go to like Seattle. Some people go play in Hawaii, the Bahamas, and Italy. Like, it takes you so many different places. For free. Let me know, for free. And next pro is that you play in some of these like arenas or gyms or whatever it is, and they are insane. Like, I'll have to insert a picture of me at the LSU gym. It was crazy. Like, those gyms are so nice. They're like state-of-the-art facilities. They're all decked out. They're all, you know, brand new, or they're like nicely renovated, you know. So playing in those gyms and also playing in front of like large crowds, playing on TV, that was crazy for me. I was playing and the game was literally televised, like on the ESPN, and I was like, that is crazy. Another pro of playing college sports, or college volleyball, whatever, is you have instant friends. Literally, like, you have no choice but to be around these people, so you might as well be friends. So that's how I see it. Instant friends, instant community, and that also goes for the other athletes that aren't in your sport, because you're all there together going through the same struggle. Next, you learn like lifelong lessons that you will keep with you for like the rest of your life, like overcoming adversity, time management, being on time and how important that is, how to communicate, interpersonal skills, how to lead, how to follow someone, how to argue constructively, how to take criticism, all that. You learn a lot of different life skills that you can actually apply like outside of volleyball or outside of your sport. Okay, now let's get to the cons. Let's go to the negative. I love that. Let's do it. First con, and probably the biggest one. The schedule is crazy and demanding, okay? Let me tell you, that was probably the biggest shock to my system, was how many things I had to do in a day and how many things were mandatory that I had to do in the week, in the month. It was crazy. So first of all, you basically have no free time. Like, just to put that out there, you basically have no free time. Like, all I had time to do was sleep, barely, eat, barely, study, barely. That was it. Like, I really didn't have time for my friends, but I mean, once again, my friends were at practice, so I was like, cool, that's my social hour, but I had no time for anything outside of that. Boyfriend, no. You'll have a lot of early mornings, late nights. Like, for example, like, we're on the road at a game in West Virginia, and we have to drive all the way back to Georgia. We get back at 3 a.m. I have to drive home, get back at like 3:30 a.m., get in bed around 4 a.m. I have class at 8 a.m. the next day. I have to go. Like, that's just it, you know? Sacrifice. And also, like, on top of, like, the mandatory, obviously, like, the practices, the weight sessions, film sessions, you'll also have, like, mandatory, like, events, like a team dinner, or maybe you have to make an appearance for the community, or maybe you have to do an interview, or maybe you have to do, like, a social media takeover for the athletic department, something like that. Like, it's always mandatory. Like, you really don't have a choice. Like, you have to be there End of story. And also, some things that are also mandatory is like recruiting events, like the camp that you have to work, you kind of have to be there. The recruiting events where you have to take the recruit out to dinner and tell them, oh, I love this school so much, or like something like that. Okay, my camera literally died in the middle of my sentence, so I just took like a 3-hour break. But I'm back, so I'm gonna finish the rest of this video. So along with the other mandatory things, like I said in the previous clip, there's like team bonding. You have to go on a team trip, like a preseason trip to like, I don't know, the mountains, so you can bond with each other and stare at each other. You also have like recruit sleepovers where you have to house a recruit overnight and you have to like show them, you know, like a good time or go to the movies or whatever. There's also mandatory tutoring that you have to go to. There's study hall that you have to go to, or study hours. You have to get a certain amount of hours in to study, which I mean, to be honest, that is not that much of a con, besides that it is a mandatory slot of time that is already designated for you, but it is time that you need to be putting in anyways. So yeah, that's kind of in the middle of the road for me. So my next con would be, it is pretty much impossible to have a part-time job. Like, I did not work, I could not work during my school year because I was playing volleyball year round, and then there's like in season, which is the fall, and then the off season, which is the spring, but I still didn't really have time to work. So that is definitely a con, is like money wise. Like, say if you're not, even if you're on scholarship and you still get a stipend of $1,300, say you go to, I don't know, like the University of Washington, right? It's probably expensive to live in downtown Seattle, or just live in a part of Seattle, you know what I mean? And $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, whatever you get as your stipend, is probably not only going to cover your living. Maybe not even your groceries, gas, utilities, like everything else that you have to pay for. So it is virtually impossible to work. So that's kind of a downside.